Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day. Today I'm painting Unut, the goddess of rabbits. This is another guardian from Ankh, gods of Egypt. She's primed in a matte white primer from the army painter. And today we're going to be doing some contrast paints, folks. And we're starting off with some Guilliman flesh. We're doing her hands, the inside of her ears, because this flesh part was a little bit lighter than the rest of her fur. So I wanted to use something that was lighter, which Guilliman flesh is, and the next flesh contrast paint is a bit darker. I'm also going to use that on a cute little tail of hers. Anyways, we're moving on now to Fire Slayer flesh. This is going to be for the entirety of the fur on the miniature, so be careful though. Again, if you get some on anywhere else on the miniature, you can cover it up in white. But once you start using other contrast colors, it could get messy if you're not careful. So do be careful with that and try not to get any on the spots that you do not want to use, or you don't want to have to try and cover up later on. It's a little bit more touchy. So this is another guardian. I'm almost done all the guardians from the Kickstarter version of Ankh. So there's been a lot of guardians in this. I want to thank you guys for watching again. I hope you're really enjoying these. Stay tuned for when I start painting the gods as well as the warriors from this game. Alright, we're going to move on to some Shyish purple. Now, originally on the other miniature that I practiced this on, I used a lighter purple contrast, which was, I believe, Magos purple. Maybe I should stay with that, but the purple is nice. It's royalty. It works good with the rabbits, with her symbolism as well, I find. So it's pretty cool. So you got to be careful here because you got the flowers that are mixing in, and you don't want to get any of that purple on that spot because that's going to be tough. Although you can use the white. Now we're using a little bit of orc flesh. This is a very dark green color. I'm using this for the flag, I guess, or scarf. Scarf would be better. Anyways, we're moving on to some Space Wolves Gray. But before we talk about this a bit, I want to talk a bit more about that orc flesh. You know how everyone in the world of painting has dropped their Nolan oil? Well, I dropped the orc flesh actually one time, and that was a royal mess to clean up because it's green, very dark green. Anyways. Moving on, Space Wolves Gray now for her whole robe. I originally did do this with the other miniature, but for some reason it came out really light and I had to put a second coat on. But I guess I mixed it better this time or something, because this is exactly the hint of color I wanted. And as you can see, when you're using contrast paints, if there's a lot of creases and details, it really gets in there really well. So it doesn't look like Crayola effects, like other people have said. I find this does a great job. Apothecary white now for around her collar, very simple. Leviathan blue around that part of the collar there, and as well as on just underneath like her shoulders. She's got like these little protruding pieces here. We did that in that Leviathan blue as well. This is a beautiful dark blue. We will be covering up some of the dark blue later on with some gold on the back there where the jewelry is, but at least that blue still comes out a little bit. Alright, a little bit of Nazdrag yellow now. We're going to be a little bit. We're going to be doing all the flowers. So she's got a flower as a ring. She's got some flowers around her wrist. She's got the flower at the end of her scepter or her knife or whatever that is. Now, what I love about this Nazdrag yellow is it gives the yellow effect on the outer petals, and then the inside comes like darker orangey style, you know, because there's a little bit more concentrated in the middles. So it gives it a perfect flower effect, I find. Anyways, what do you guys think? And you guys like using contrast paints? Have you actually tried them? I am so looking forward to Army Painter Speed Paint. I've done my pre-order for it. This is going to be, from what I've seen so far, they're going to be amazing paints. I'm not going to compare them to contrast. Like, I'm not going to do back and forth with that. I'm just going to paint with them in videos like this. You guys can watch everybody else do that. Alright, a little bit of retributor armor, and this is going to be doing all of her arm braces, then the jewelry she's got on her. There's some parts on her head. You'll barely see it because her head is so darkish brown, and this gold didn't cover very well, but it gives it a shine anyway. So she's got some earrings. You can do that dagger or that staff or whatever this is that she's holding. And this is where we cover up. See that blue, the Leviathan blue? Well, we cover that up a bit, but as you can see, the blue still comes out in the creases. So like I just kind of like swept over it so that it wouldn't get inside all the little details and stuff like that. So just take your time, make sure you get all the areas. I do the chain that's hanging on to this like flower, golden flower as well. I didn't paint that part in the golden color. just, anyways, this retributor armor, again, I've mentioned before, amazing metallic paint. It's too bad Citadel didn't come out with color metallics. Now I have the Army Painter metallics, and they're nice, but when you're doing like a whole video on Citadel paints and stuff, it'd be nice. All right, now we're gonna be doing the base. Now I don't often show this, people have asked, so I'm gonna be using some moss texture, some battlefield grass green, and some flower tufts. So you put a little bit of glue on the bottom, and as you can see, like, I didn't want to go just with sand again on this one. So this mossy texture stuff, I didn't know what it was. It just opened it. It's weird. So you have to push it down into glue because it doesn't really stick. And then I put a flower, and then I'm going to dip the rest of the miniature right here into this battlefield green stuff here. And it gives it like grass and look like that. And, it does a nice job. Put some black around the rim. And there you have it, folks. Unut the Guardian is painted, ready for the table. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you all in the next one.